This tutorial covers the creation of a Geo Locked countermark, that is, a countermark that can only be read from a specific location. The first step is to give the countermark a reference, an identifier by which it can be found later. The second step is to define the data with which this countermark will be associated. In this case, it'll be a web address, so when the user scans the countermark, they'll be taken to a specific website. So I'll choose URL, copy and paste the website address, in this case the countermark website, paste that into the URL field. Now go over to the center of the form and choose Geo Locked. This is where you define the location within which users can access the data that has been associated with the countermark. The location will be a town or city, and you can specify the distance from the center of that location within which users can access the data that has been linked with the countermark. The countermark will only be accessible by somebody using a smartphone in that geographical area. In this case, I'm going to choose Portsmouth in the UK. You start typing the name of the location and a drop-down list appears. It's important that you choose the location from the drop-down list rather than just typing it in. So I will choose Portsmouth. Then you specify a distance in kilometers from the center of that location. This defines the area in which the countermark can be read from a smartphone. In this case, I will select 50 kilometers. This countermark can be read by anyone within a 50-kilometer radius of the center of Portsmouth. All countermarks are time locked. In this case, I will make this countermark valid for 3 months. So I'll choose months and then 3. Having set the reference, the URL, that is the website that can be accessed via the countermark, the geographical location from which the countermark can be read, and the time lock on the countermark, I can now create the countermark. So I'm going to come across to Generate Countermark, press the button, and the countermark has been created and is displayed in this box. To use the countermark, I can now copy and paste it into another application, or I can save it as an image. A separate tutorial covers the process of copying and pasting countermarks. This completes the process of creating a countermark that is linked with a specific geographical location.